Red Rover, let Griffin come over.
What is going on?
Griffin on remote here in Wenz world. What is happening? Is this safe for the whole family?
I'm in my mobile studio here in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Nice.
I just walked down Kennesaw Mountain.
Okay. All right. Is that a real story? Real news?
Yeah.
Let me get the bird in here. I want to make sure I get the,
Oh, my goodness.
We are back, baby, with the one and only from parts unknown, the Gobbler, Radio Griff, host of the Good News Countdown.
Sure. You are the voice of the Good News Countdown.
I am still? You're keeping me on?
That's a little known fact.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Cat's out of the bag.
It's like Good News Countdown.
I love it, man. It's the best part of my whole week.
Synergy. We have synergy here.
Yes.
Not only that, not only do we have synergy, we're also both winners for at least 1 week.
For at least 1 week? I mean, we could be tires after this weekend.
Oh, wouldn't that be that? You know what? I didn't even think of that. I feel like that's going to happen.
Spoiler alert, it could be a tie. First home game for the Eagles this year. Dude, I first of all, I want to start with my hat in hand and give Radio Griff due credit. Last week here in Wenz World, around this time, Griff said that Jameis Winston is a touchdown machine and there would be no drop off whatsoever from Drew Brees to Jameis. And I countered that point, not to just counter it because this is good radio, but also to counter it because nobody would ever agree with that statement. And I'm here to admit that I was dead wrong, Griff. So congratulations, 5 touchdowns to your boy Jameis. I'm not going to say anything about crab legs on the show because it's inappropriate, but he must be on some high octane protein diet. So he just did him, man. And he did Green Bay dirty. And then his counterpart, Aaron Rodgers, had 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. What happened?
That was really odd. I have to believe that Aaron Rodgers down on purpose, that he was sending some type of message and that he knows he can just flip a switch. And I think this week, I think Aaron Rodgers kind of gets off to messing with people. I think that's part of his whole game he does. It's a mental game. He does it in his public life and kind of in his private life to some degree. And he does it in the private life that we know of. And then he also does it on the football field. And I think this week he's going to come out and he's going to look like MVP Aaron Rodgers. That's my prediction because I can't believe that the MVP of the league looked that bad. I mean, there is the case to be made that he was messing around and wasn't engaged all offseason. He wasn't practicing and, he was playing mental games with the Packers and with the league. So I don't know. I just got to believe, though, that Aaron Rodgers is a smart guy and that this was all kind of on purpose. There's a bigger plan here. It's week 1. As he famously said, let's relax. And let's see what happens. And I think this week he turns it on and we're going to quickly forget this past week. But kudos to Jameis and the Saints at the same time. I mean, 5 touchdowns, no matter what, it's nothing to sneeze at.
Under 200 yards. So he had like a touchdown for every 29 yards of completion.
It was really odd. And did you see the clip of him after the game?
No, I didn't.
They were interviewing him and he's like, it's like our trainer told me before the game. Then he looks over, he's like, what did the trainer say? And he's like, oh yeah, go out there and get him or something. It was like he totally mind blanked.
Go get him, kid.
On what the motivation was.
It was so inspiring.
It'll be interesting to see. Will he keep that up or was that a 1 week thing? I don't know. I mean, week 1 is so weird, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to truly get a read on teams.
It is. It's very difficult. But to your point, man, I couldn't agree more. Week 2, a division rival, Detroit, on the road, going into Lambeau on a Monday night. Speaking of Monday nights, I feel like I have a part of my life missing because I was late to the game with the Manning brothers on ESPN.
Oh, dude, how great was that?
No, I didn't see it in real time. I had to watch YouTube highlights and it wasn't in real time. So the context was off. And so this week I am dedicated to making sure I'm on the deuce and watching these dudes because I felt like I missed a part of heaven on Monday night.
I don't know if they're on this week. They might be. They're only doing 10 games. So I'm not sure if week 2 is one of the weeks or not. I don't know. But it was what you said watching YouTube clips. That just points out how good it was. I mean, there were multiple funny moments or interesting moments from that broadcast that were then, shared on Twitter and YouTube the next day.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen with a traditional football broadcast with the announcers. I mean, it was great. It was untraditional. It was fun, relaxed. Peyton Manning, I mean, the guy is next level with his football knowledge. And Eli is a good sidekick. It's
Yeah.
fun. It was good stuff.
Absolutely, dude. I'm so excited about the next 9. Whenever they do it, I'll definitely be watching.
It's the future. It's the future of broadcasting. I think there's going to be alternate broadcasts, and I think one day there's going to be the Griff and the Wenz alternate cast going on, and you'll see us there talking out of our backsides about football.
That's pretty much what we do now, so not much will change there. Dude, so you called out something last week. You said, there are going to be teams that will probably see their starting either pulled or hurt. And I made a point to say, if anybody's going to be riding the pine quicker than anybody, it's going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick. Sure enough, what does he break his hip on the IR? And so the question here is, first of all, how can you take the season chance on a guy who had a great game last year in Taylor Heineke in the postseason? But if you look at his stat line, he's been in the league since 2015. He's played for a few teams. He only has 3 total touchdowns and 3 total interceptions. So while I look back at last year's body of work as something convincing, because it is the postseason, there's a lot of cool context there. It makes you wonder how long until Cam gets the call. Ron Rivera, Cam Newton, 2.0, What do you think?
It feels inevitable, right? But I think they're going to give Heineke. I mean, after that playoff performance, I think you have to give him a shot for a couple games. I mean, maybe he's a different quarterback in this Ron Rivera system type of thing going on in Washington. I mean, maybe he figured it out. We saw someone like, no one had confidence in Ryan Tannehill until Arthur Smith got a hold of him. And I mean, look at Ryan Tannehill last week.
Yeah, I was going to say. Is that the best example?
I mean, sometimes it's just finding the right combo of OC and quarterback that works. That OC goes away, and then you see the quarterback drop off. We saw it happen with Matt Ryan. He was great under Shanahan, and then he dropped off majorly. I mean, sometimes and maybe Heineke found his guy. So I think they owe it. I mean, I picked him up in fantasy. I mean, why not?
QB1? Are you going QB1 with Heineke?
Okay. In one of my leagues is 2 quarterbacks. So, it gets thin at quarterback quickly. So I picked up Heineke. Why not? Let's see. Give him a chance. They have some weapons on offense.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
You're right. Probably an upgrade, right?
Yeah, I don't even know why people are still on the Cam train. It's nostalgia. It's wishing. It's hoping. It's like maybe he's still got something left. But I agree with you, man. Give it to the kid and see what he can do.
Well, the thing is, they're going to let Heineke win the starter job. Now, if he's not the guy, if he stinks, I totally see them bringing in Cam. They're not going to bring in Cam now because right now Cam would be a backup. And from my understanding, Cam is too much of a distraction to just be a backup.
Yeah.
He's got a lot going on. He wears a lot of weird clothes. I don't know what his vaccination viewpoints are. That seems to be wishy-washy. And for an NFL football team, they don't want to waste time.
Yeah.
They don't want to risk the potential of him being out 10 days because he was exposed to COVID or something. So, yeah, if Heineke gets hurt or stinks, I see Cam Newton come in. I mean, outside of Cam Newton, who else is there? Who's out there?
I mean, I got to check the Madden rosters, but that's updated daily.
Maybe trade for Jimmy G?
I mean, look, they have a full hand, so it makes you wonder, these teams running with 2 quarterbacks, sometimes 3, the Eagles have something going with Minshew and Flacco and a guy named Jalen Hurts who showed, as I said, that he is an NFL quarterback. 3 TDs.
Okay. Your Eagles literally played the worst team in football this season against the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons look bad. They look bad.
Sure.
Now, they are already regretting Kyle Pitts at number 4 instead of a quarterback. I think that's. But the thing is, they might get lucky because they might be so bad this year that they still get a high pick. I mean, I don't think they traded away their 22 pick, right? I think they still have it.
So here's the thing about this oh, you guys beat such and such. First of all, you only can play who's on your schedule. Second of all, this is week one. Anything can happen. And I said, by surprise, nobody's seen anything in preseason. They haven't shown a lick of what you saw on Sunday. And for those reasons, I knew Sirianni was going to come out with something. I knew he was going to pull out some stunts. And there were a lot of plays where I was just like, wow, that could have gone really bad, and it didn't. And I'm really thankful. The defense looked amazing. They made that Mayfield dude look like he was back in college. I mean, they just baptized that guy. But you got to give credit where it's due, Griff. Let's be honest. I mean,
Hurts. They did. He had his team ready. I mean, for his first game as a head coach, they looked disciplined. They looked good. They came out and took care of business. Now we'll see what happens in week 2 when he faces arguably the smartest coach in the NFL right now in Kyle Shanahan, and faces the two-headed quarterback monster that is Jimmy G and Trey Lance. We'll see what happens then. Let's see if Mr. Genius new coach guy, let's see what he looks like against the GOAT coach.
All right. Hey, look, man, that's why they play the game. So with time in mind, let's go through, let's get our picks. I think it's fair to say that you're going to go with your Niners, even though they're down their best corner in Jason Barrett. They're also without Raheem Mostert. You guys have a lot of options.
Next man up, baby. Eli Mitchell. He looked good last week. He's ready to roll, baby.
I so wanted to grab him off the waiver wire, and somebody snagged him.
Number 1 in like every league, I think. But knowing Kyle Shanahan, he won't play him this week. He'll play Trey Sermon, and Sermon will have 200 yards or something.
I mean, it's feasible. That's why they play, man, and I love it, dude. So I'm going to go against the grain, obviously. So let's go through these quickly, Griff. Who you got? Raiders on the road taking on the Steelers.
How about that game last week? Steelers look really good. Raiders kind of got lucky there. I like the Steelers.
Yeah, I like the Steelers at home too. Bengals at Bears.
Ooh, this is an interesting matchup. The Bears, come on, man. Let's just roll with Justin Fields. Let's just roll with Fields.
Yeah, what are they
Stop
waiting
this Andy Dalton nonsense.
What are they waiting
Stop
for?
It. I like the Bengals. I like Burrow's connection with his LSU buddy. Is it Jamar Chase?
Yeah, and he had his defender like on the ground 15 seconds after the play. He's still on his back. It's like this guy comes out of college. The first highlight of his career is a burner, had 6-7 yards of separation, and has the corner just begging for mercy. And it's like not a good look. Get up.
Yeah, I like Burrow in that game. I'll take Burrow.
100%. I'm with you. So we're in agreement so far. This may or may not be good. Texans last week had as many sacks as they did all of last season. 3, that magic number. Rolling into Cleveland, dude. Baker Mayfield over 300 yards, but 0 touchdowns, and everything score-wise last week. They came up shy of a win, but everything was on the ground. So it makes you wonder what's going on with this passing game. They hit the red zone, but then they stall out.
They'll figure it out. Houston played a bad Jacksonville team. Houston looked decent, but Jacksonville, I mean, again, they might be one of the worst teams in football as well. Indeed. I like the Browns. The Browns, they matched up well in that game. It came down to the end. Baker getting hit back in the leg as he tries to throw the ball away. It turned into an interception. So I think the Browns will roll in this game.
I'm going to take the Texans.
Oh, my good.
I'm taking the Texans. Beckham's out. So there's something there. You're missing one of your. You don't need him. Beckham who? All right, Saints and Panthers. Ooh, division game. 1-0 taking on 1-0. Who you got, Griff?
Yeah, I think you have to go with the more experienced team here in the Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Nolans too. Vikings at Cardinals.
Cardinals, man. How about them? The NFC West. I mean, is it possible for 4 teams to make the playoffs out of one division? I think technically it is.
Yeah.
Aren't there 3 wild card spots now?
So here's the thing about.
But they're going to beat up each other.
I think by the end of it all, the only person that's going to be left on that team is Chandler Jones. The dude had 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 4, I think at least 4 tackles for losses. This is like Madden numbers, Griffin.
Right.
And this is what
Kyler looks like a Madden player.
Listen, 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception. So, And man, I was such a fool to not draft Hopkins, and now I'm sitting here wondering why I didn't. I wanted to do
Hopkins. I mean, of course they have AJ Green limping out there.
yeah.
Christian Kirk. This a
Yeah,
young
he had
kid,
2
Rondale
touchdowns
Moore.
last week. Kirk had 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're predicting Arizona, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Who are they playing?
Minnesota.
Okay, yeah, Minnesota. Mike Zimmer's last year's head coach there. I'll tell you that.
Oh, for sure, he's due.
Yeah, he's out
for extended vacation. Oh, Buccaneers. Okay, next game. Titans at Seahawks.
Ooh, Titans are a mess. I think they're really missing Arthur Smith. I think it showed last week. Seahawks, another NFC West team that looks really good. I like the Seahawks.
Dude, what happened? You talked about Tannehill earlier, but where did Derrick Henry go? This is the thing. Nobody talks about this, but I got duped back in 2015 getting DeMarco Murray after that year he had in Dallas. Came to the Eagles. I was like, oh, DeMarco Murray. Drafted him in like the first round. And this is what's happening. I think every time we see a halfback come off a career year, the following season, look out. It's fool's gold. And I think it's early, I know, but I think we're going to see a lot of these 50-yard games.
I think a big part of it, I think Mike Vrabel, he totally gave the offense to Arthur Smith the past few years. And I think that was a big factor in them being a decent team. My understanding is the new OC doesn't have much of a great track record success-wise. And I think the Titans are going to be a team that's going to be they're going to choke this year. Expectations are pretty high for them. They should win the division, make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to do it based on what I saw in week 1. I know it's only 1 week, and I think Mike Vrabel very well could be out of a job at the end of the year.
Man, wouldn't that be crazy? So you're going with the Hawks at home?
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm going Seahawks there. Cowboys at Chargers. Your boy Justin Herbert coming through, getting the win last week. Wasn't pretty, but he got it done.
I like the Chargers again, baby. You got to go with the. I don't know. The Cowboys did look good in that one game, though. I mean, they played the Bucks well.
I'll
go
with
the
road,
Chargers,
though.
Yeah, I'll go with the Chargers. Hey, they'll probably be more Dallas fans there than whatever city the Chargers are in now.
But yeah, I get confused. Is it San Angeles, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. I want to predict that the Cowboys are going to win, but I think they're going to choke. I think week 1 was the best we'll see out of Dallas, and they lost their left tackle for a few weeks. He's suspended. Right. I think that's going to show. I'm going to take the Chargers at home. Chiefs at Ravens. I would just want to say real quick, Griffin, that the Ravens defense was a big disappointment. I've already dropped them in fantasy. Forget it. Right. Why do you go for it on 4th down in the second quarter? They had a chip shot for Justin Tucker, and they go for it. They don't convert. They leave points on the field. And this is just like what makes me angry about Harbaugh sometimes at head coach. Take the points. Yeah,
the Ravens, I think all those injuries, I think no matter whether or not you have a decent backup at Tyson Williams, whatever his name is, he stepped up, he did decent. Yeah. But I think just as a player, no matter what your position is, it has to take a toll on you mentally. And I think we saw that in the Ravens. I like Chiefs. The Chiefs will win this game. Chiefs are a better team right now. After 1 week, they're the better team. You take the Chiefs.
Yeah, they beat Cleveland last week. I think they're going to beat Baltimore. Griff, you called it earlier. Lions and Packers. I mean, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers at home. His hair will be slightly longer. He'll have his Samson-like abilities, and I think he's going to recover. And I also think you're right about the mind games he's playing. It's all the comeback story this year. He may let a couple slide, maybe start 1-3-ish, and then march on into the playoffs, win the NFC North, win that first home game, and then Aaron Rodgers, as we talked about last time, will lose to Seattle, and as I predicted. By the way, we didn't get your Super Bowl prediction last week, so we want to get that stamped right here, right now.
Did I not make it? I thought I made it.
No, I interrupted you as usual.
As much as I want to pick the 49ers, I'm supposed to keep moving here. People aren't keeping moving. As much as I want to pick the 49ers, I think Tampa runs it back this year. And I don't think it really matters who they play in the AFC. I think they're going to win again.
Wow.
But I think there's a good chance, a sleeper team, I think. They're not much that of a sleeper, but I will take the Steelers, Tampa over the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Wow. And these kind of revisionist picks are okay, because as we watch these weeks unfold, we're going to see some stuff that makes us second guess ourselves, which is normal. You get more info, you make better choices.
Right.
I'm going to kind of also change my mind slightly. I'm not convinced with Buffalo. I picked them last week to beat Seattle. I'm rolling. I'm sticking with Seattle. Russell looked great, 4 touchdowns. But I think there's a different horse in the AFC.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not Buffalo.
Who is it? Who is it?
It's obviously Kansas City.
No.
They overcame, they were down. They came back, they fought back, and then they won. They caused critical turnovers. They made the other team make mistakes, and that's what it's about. So, for that reason, I don't know. To me, it just kind of makes sense.
The Browns put up a lot of points on them. That defense is, I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, man.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? I might be right. I don't know. We'll find out. I might be right. I might be crazy. But one thing's for sure, Griffin, we'll never, ever leave a segment with Radio Griff without the sage lyrical wisdom of one zombie Tom Petty.
You don't know how it feels to be me.